How are you?
Now, are you still digesting the debate?
I didn't waste my time.
Oh, didn't you? This is the first one I've seen,
Yeah.
and it was pretty interesting. And yeah, although I did hear from Hannity that I think that Trump was interrupted around 30 sometimes, and Biden only twice. But I think that's because Trump really had a lot more to say and was trying to squeeze it in. Yeah. He did quite well. And Joe never answered the question, why is your family being so enriched while you're in office? And so on and so forth. Oh, and Joe would say, well, I never received any money, but,
Yeah.
but your son and all your other family members did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, among other issues, of course.
Well,
And he was caught in a lot of lies, because he's flip-flopping even within his own party on different issues. And they got him on tape.
yeah. Yeah.
And, at one point, Biden said, I never said that. Oh, and Trump said, sure you did. We'll put it on your website. We'll put it on the website. So, anyway, Bruce's information was very encouraging with the rollout, the continuing rolling of liquidity. He's talking about the bonds, which we've been hearing about, and
Yeah.
down to lower levels, and the head paymasters and sub-paymasters, etc. And then the executive order, maybe, and I was thinking, well, maybe this is one of the Trump cards we could look at,
Yeah.
possibly, which we've heard about, and, and Nancy doesn't look like she's really going to do anything, or
No.
we'd already know that by now.
No. All they're doing is making it easy for the Republicans to win. No ends.
Well, that's kind of my thinking, and I think I heard someone commenting here on Fox after the debate that they want to keep the economy strangled. That's his argument, Pelosi.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, they don't want Trump to look like he won. On the other hand, it hurts Democrats, that they're not bargaining in good faith, let's say. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
They want to fill it up with all kinds of liberal programs that have nothing to do with the issue. So, anyway, it's kind of, a little confusing, in my mind, trying to figure out how does Nancy win by hurting the American people, and everyone's saying, yeah, what are you doing to us? And then now Trump pulls out the executive order, and he's a hero. But she knew that.
You'd think.
So, and it kind of goes along with my thought about, is Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, are they both cooperating, and they're just putting on the show, that's been scripted? Yeah. Hunter Biden information was on his laptop. The FBI had it in December last year.
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, how come we haven't seen it? And I think, well, because now is the time. It's part of the script.
Yeah.
Well, we've been over this area, but that's, it brings it to a focus, when you hear all this.
This was on Holly's Telegram site, and it was a tweet by SV News Alerts. Breaking: White House sources say President Trump walked off the debate stage, looked at staff, said, "Let's finish this," and walked off to the motorcade. So what do you think he meant by "let's finish"?
Well,
this?
it could mean a lot of different things, depends on what his plans were. Is it related to the debate in Biden? No, it's the next thing, in the long saga. And let me just throw think what Bruce is talking about, where the banks are saying that they're going to be open or available, and I guess it's by phone. Did you catch that or sense that from him?
No,
You're going to put a
he gave
notice
me.
on the banks, and they'll be available until 10, 11 o'clock
Yeah.
at night or 8:30 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, if they're available on Sunday, I would say it's because to the public, it's because people might be hearing that people are calling or going into appointments or whatever, even on Sunday with us.
Yeah.
And this would be a cover for, oh no, you can call your bank even on Sunday. See, so create a little distraction, confusion if they happen to hear that.
Yeah, I listened to it 3 times and I didn't hear that. I'll have to.
That was toward the end, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he kind of gave the hours that they'd be open.
I did get that. I got that. The hours they would be open to serve the people, but I didn't get. Is that
the reason? No, he didn't offer that. That's my own thought.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm throwing that out as why would they do that now? See, and this kind of segues into your question of what did Trump make of? What do you make of Trump's comment about let's get on with it or whatever? I think it's just kind of fitting to a certain extent.
Well, I think it's just let's finish this would mean that let's arrest him.
Well, I thought about, does he get arrested before or after? It wouldn't be good for him to say that, at least publicly, but privately it'd be all right. The facts are out there, and of course there's this whole, today was a preview, and are there supposed to be arrests beforehand? Could be.
Don't know.
Him and Hillary?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking, are they going to have an election and then arrest him afterwards? You really wouldn't want to do that, if you're interested in winning. You'd like to see him gone before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then has a deal been cut? I would say, I think Joe was looking out for his family too, or probably saying, Joe, you got to do something, man. We're going to get executed. We've got to, cut a deal. And if it's true what some of the QAnons are saying, that Hunter is wearing a Q watch, whatever that means, I've never seen one. But, like he's maybe cut a deal. It's the insinuation. It would just make sense, because they've had that pressure on them for almost a year,
Yeah. Boy.
And, Rudy Giuliani's been holding back, and you got the people in the Ukraine and elsewhere. They're corralled, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. This is such a different. There isn't any other time like this time, so it's whatever they choose to do.
Yeah.
But what's the best interest? And do we want to nullify the election? Or who steps in to the breach? For the Democrats in that event, and what happens? Do you just call off the election? Do we have civil unrest and create martial law and bring it in and all that? It's all open as far as I'm concerned. I don't have any strong convictions. Yeah, I'm just kind of going back and forth in my mind as I'm speaking, but that's where I land.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's a good thought. Yeah. So tomorrow, an executive order, perhaps.
Yeah.
Bringing the money out, and that would get it in the hands before the election. election, and would also, I think it's brilliant because we're getting paid, but so are they.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
a sense of fairness to all Americans.
Yeah. Right.
And
That's
they
interesting.
can take part in the resurgence of the economy,
Yeah.
you know, and credit.
Yeah.
And
I love it.
you know, and morale is so important. You know, so important. Yeah.
Well, let's. If we see that happen tomorrow, then we know we're in the next day.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Bruce said Saturday the thing at 3:00 at some standard time was in effect.
The gag order is off.
And I thought of Iraq. You know, in their RV.
But he said at 3:00 the gag order was off.
Yeah.
What does that
Oh
mean?
yeah, the gag order was off.
Yeah.
Was it off? I don't know. Gag.
Gag
that could be a lot of things.
In other words, they can talk. There's sources that they get information from there on gag order, and
Okay, that's right.
It expires on 3:00 Central Time. He says, "What is that? Central? It's usually East Coast time." Huh. Well,
But then, if we get the 800 numbers, the gag order's on us. So we're not talking again, right?
yep, that's right.
With the sources.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it till just now.
Yeah.
That's another intriguing kind of situation, piece of information. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, you know, I forgot to mention, you probably picked up on this, that Kurdistan did their RV on Monday. They're already trading at the new rate, but no one ever mentions what it is. Did you hear that?
No.
That was in Judy's report the last couple of days. I don't know where she got it from or who she got it from. That was mentioned on Mark's call. That was a piece I think I couldn't remember. And, you know, that's kind of stuff. A lot of things are just kind of getting repeated and echoed, you know, here and there. Yeah.
I'd say that we're almost done.
Yeah. Here's something I just recalled from Ben Fulford. I think he or someone else had reported that Chinese troops were amassing on the border of Canada.
Yeah, yeah.
And they said, no one's seen any of that. He said, I believe that's just kind of a gambit for troops are massing on the border, and they're American troops that are ready to go in for humanitarian reasons into Canada.
Huh.
And that was interesting.
Oh.
And he talked about, you know, Trudeau and how, I guess the best way for me to recall and characterize it is kind of like some of our Democratic governors, like from Oregon, Washington, California.
Yeah.
Getting a little too much. So, anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up because you speak of Canada, you know, do business there. But,
Yep, that's right.
and he's Canadian, you know. So he's got more of a, you know, a little more in touch with that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, and then this Hillary's birthday is on, what, the 27th? Something like that. You know, the last few days of October. That someone brought it up for whatever that's worth, but people have been talking that she would be arrested around the 28th. We'll see. Yeah. Well, it'd be great to take a few of the big ones out. Brennan's been mentioned mentioned many times in the past, as being near the top of the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why wouldn't Biden or Obama? It's Obamagate, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This is all part of the buildup. So I don't know. And as far as the Trump card, I don't know. You could, point at the executive order tomorrow as one. But I think he would have a bigger card than that.
Well, I would too.
Yeah. Just not knowing, all I can do is, look at that, look at this. I'm still, very uncertain. And the thing is, you can craft a story just, in lots of different directions, and that's the whole thing. We've heard about declassification, but that you're saying Maxwell deposition was declassified, made public, 800 and some pages.
Boy,
that came out today. Now, who's read it? I haven't heard anyone talking about it. They've been talking about Hunter Biden here, but that's in the news. That's a bomb. And that's, there's your pedophilia. Maybe that implicates Joe, too. I don't know. I haven't heard any detail on that. So that may be rolling here, over the next, days, forward, leading up to the election.
Well, that's maybe what Trump meant when he says, let's finish it.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that would, that's part one of the dominoes, I would say. Yeah. Yeah, it's very encouraging, too, to hear that.
Well, I'll tell you what, all of this is too much for my weak heart, so I'm just going to shut her down. I'm going to go up and exercise and watch my HGTV.
Relax. Yeah, go into a different mode. You have to change your mind,
Yeah,
otherwise you get,
Yep.
you can get stuck in I don't know.
Oh, boy.
You sit too long in one position, and that's what your body becomes, in that position.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Change is good.
Okay, my friend.
Hey, Don.
You have a good one, okay?
All right.
Sleep well.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.